If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
It seems sometimes like the referees favor some teams. What's your opinion on that?
No. I got $75,000 in fines that say right. But now that I'm a more objective observer, I will say this, that the officials do a great job. It really, when you think about it, it's silly to think that there's an objective for them to call it one way or the other. Plus, with the scrutiny that they're under right now, is there a lack of consistency sometimes? Is there a lack of consistency from one crew to another? Absolutely. And the league you can't imagine the amount of time and energy that the league spends on trying to mitigate that to a degree. But the conspiracy theorists, and I'm one of them, the old, just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean they're not really after me. That in this league, if for no other reason, because of the scrutiny they're under, be awful tough. If there was someone that did have an agenda, or if you really thought they want this team to win, do they protect the star player? I've been on both ends of that. I've been in Minnesota where Chris Carter makes some unbelievable toe-tapping, sideline, one-handed grab. Does an official look at that and go, well, I've seen him make that, so yeah, he caught that ball. Yeah, that's human nature. Compared to the other guy, that some rookie does the exact same thing and going, nah, he couldn't have caught that. But that's just human nature. That's not, I like Chris Carter or I don't like that team. But yeah, do they fall into sometimes patterns? Certainly.
Do you think teams get a reputation? I mean, we certainly were a bunch of tough guys. Are they looking to get the 15 yards?
Yes, I think sometimes officials can come in because what had previously happened. I had my good friend Mike Carey last week do our game at, where was I, in Houston. And Mike, to this day, Mike Carey of the Detroit Lion game when we went and had the meltdown and he threw out the wrong player.
Malice in your heart?
With malice in your heart. In fact, that's how we always start the conversation. Mike, because the officials always come into the TV booth and we talk about, I may have a question about a ruling from the week before or whatever. And Mike and I have that running joke that whenever he comes in, I'm going, Mike, I'm asking this without any malice in my heart whatsoever. Now, if the guy is out of bounds and he does such and such. I do think that some crews may come in, given the previous week, or maybe weeks where a club has had a number of personal fouls or whatever. Are they sensitive to it? Are they very aware of it, overly aware of it? Possibly.
When do you know who your officials are? When are you notified?
Oh God, when we get that. We would know Tuesday or Wednesday. And we would, as a staff, we kept a book on the officials and crews. So if I got a certain crew, and I knew, this crew calls a lot of holding. How can I not go to my guys and say, guys, we got Ron Winter's crew this week. They call a lot of holding, so be aware. I've got Joe Blow's crew this week. They always call some type of, they're really heavy on pass interference. You tell your guys to...
What about guys that look the other way on certain things? You got that book too?
It's more about the trends, because you can get nitpicky, because they'll convince themselves, well, you got a bet on this game or what this weekend? You're betting one way or the other? No, it's got to be the over, and you can go nuts with it. But it'd be unrealistic to think that crews don't have tendencies. You'd like for them all to see it the exact same way, but they don't. They work hard at doing it, but they don't. So you try to coach your guys up to say, look, this crew calls a lot of jamming at the line, illegal use of the hands defensively. This crew uniquely calls a lot of offensive pass interference. You don't see that much. So guys, that little shoving and elbowing that you think you normally get away with, this week you might want to keep it down a little bit because these guys call that. So yeah, you do that. Now, but that's just the game. That's just the game because the other team has the same information. They have the way to go into the game and play it straight up as well. So I guess I'm getting older and mellower in my old age.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.